All right, folks, we are here in early August, August 3rd or 4th, and we are up here at the Matanuska Glacier View Alaska State RV site. Beautiful, beautiful day, a beautiful, beautiful site, and we're only within an hour from Anchorage, so this is a very doable site to just pop out for the day, for the weekend, and I think you'll really enjoy this. It's a very small site, not a whole lot of amenities, but doggone, it's a beautiful view of the glacier, especially if you have a zoom lens a little bit farther down in the valley. I'll do a little bit down at the view site. We're looking at the RV side here primarily, but I'll pop down to the view side, give you a hint of what's waiting for you here. Let's go ahead and get this done. This won't be a long video. There's not a lot here, but it is a gorgeous place. All right, so again, as you're coming out from Anchorage, Palmer, Wasilla area, it's out here on the right, about 45 minutes from Palmer or so. And this is the Matanuska Glacier Alaska State Recreation Site. Okay, there's no reservations here. It's just first come, first serve. There's not a whole lot of sites here. I think there's maybe, I don't know, 10 sites. Very small. If you have a great big coach or big fifth wheeler, you're not going to be pulling in here. We're going to walk the whole circle because it's a small circle. Okay, so you're not bringing giant stuff in here. Park rules, Alaska State park rules apply. Here's a list of kind of their amenities. There's a parking fee. There's an entrance fee for the RV site here. No dump station, no electrical. There are toilets, pit latrines, and of course some picnic shelters here. Okay, really this is just kind of a day stop. Okay, they do have water. Okay, it's the old one-arm bandit here. It's actually fairly good water. They do have the standard, the Alaska standard please boil if you're sensitive or want to be perfectly safe. We've been drinking this. It's a little rusty from the piping and stuff, but the water itself is just fine. So you can't hook up an RV to it, though. Of course, it's just a bucket or water bucket. So you need to make sure your water tanks are full. And as I mentioned, there is no dump site here, so make sure your sand tanks are empty as well. All right, we'll go ahead and walk around this site. Very small little site. Okay. That's the information and water station we just left, and then over here to the right, just as you're coming in, there is the fee station. No credit cards, no reservation, no credit cards. They only take cash or check, and you put it, just your standard little Iron Ranger right here that you should be used to by now if you've been camping around in Alaska a bit. Okay, $20 per night, $10 for day camping, and of course, if you have any sort of special annual pass, they honor that too here, of course. All right, here we go with our envelope. Put it in, fill it out. There you go. Easy peasy. They do have this little bear aware. That said, this is probably one of the safer bear sites. You're not down by the river where they're gorging on salmon this time of year. You're not up in the mountains where they're hunting caribou and moose. I'm sure there's bear here. It's Alaska. There's bear everywhere. But this site is actually probably one of the safer sites that you'll be. And you're within an hour from Anchorage, so this site gets a lot of traffic. A lot of people in and out. So, that many people, that much traffic. The bears aren't such a worry here. But still run a clean site. All right, this is site number 1. And this is standard Alaska State Park site. You get a picnic table, maybe a little bench, and then, of course, a fire ring. Okay. So, pretty standard. You're used to that by now, I would think. Okay, a little camping. This is actually one site here, so, this is right off the road. You could back in a little bit bigger of a vehicle here. Still not all that big. Okay, most of the sites here look more like this one across the street, across the gravel road here. Little back-in site. You're going to get a little 30-footer in here, okay, but not much bigger. Okay, this is site number 2. And just nice little site. Very pleasant little site. This is on the inside of the circle, so your backs are going to be up against your neighbors on the other side over there. But really kind of a nice, pleasant little site. For as much traffic as this site does get, there is actually a decent amount of scroungeable firewood. Of course, you're not going to be cutting any live trees, and don't cut standing dead either. But there is a little bit of scroungeable firewood, so if you have a little camp saw or something, you can get some of the stuff that's already on the ground and dead. Okay, Here's proof that there is moose out here. Okay, during the winter when the browse gets died down and everything, the moose start getting a little bit desperate. So towards the end of the end of the winter, they'll start eating the bark, and that's what you're seeing there is moose coming along and stripping the bark off the alders here. That just get them through the last little bit of winter. Okay, and of course where there's moose, again, where there's moose, there's bear, and there's moose and bear everywhere. So yeah, just keep an eye on your back. Okay, little pit latrines. Okay, not gonna go inside, of course, but they are well stocked, well taken care of. I will put in a plug for the outfit that runs this place. It is third-party contracted for the management and the Long Rifle Lodge. Let's see if I can block the sun here so you can see. The Long Rifle Lodge runs this place. They don't have a phone number here, kind of surprising, but they keep this place clean. Really nice people. I ran into them the other day while they were doing their cleaning rounds, and just some very nice people. So they run a little store up there, so if you need to stop for some supplies, you know, support your local business. They do a good job keeping this place clean for you. All right, right here next to the latrines, they do have a trash can. It is not a big dumpster, so don't bring you know, big mountains of trash. It's just a 55-gallon drum. So you know, throw that in there. It doesn't even have a bear-proof lid. That'll tell you how much they're worried about bears up here. Okay, so no bear-proof lid. Probably pretty safe for bears. Okay, and we're, like I said, we're just walking this circle. Then I'll walk down to the viewpoint, because good Lord, that viewpoint is gorgeous. Okay, another little site. Again, 30-foot RV would do fine. 25, anything bigger, maybe not so much. Then here's site number, I don't know, 4 or 5. Not all these sites have a number. This one's a little bit bigger. You get a little bit bigger RV. However, your level might be a little off, but you could get it in here. Now you'll notice there's nobody in here. Okay. Last night, this place was full. There was nothing. So I will say that roughly around 4 o'clock is when you'll want to be here to more or less guarantee you'll get a spot. After 4, people started bedding down for the night, pulling in, and this place filled up quick. So if you are really targeting coming out here to this spot, because you're going to go see the glacier, you just like this spot, try to get here before 4. Okay. After 4, it starts filling up. Okay. All right, we got a, looks like some people left their stuff. Okay, that is actually absolutely against park rules. You cannot save a spot. Okay, you have to have, you know, like a vehicle here. You can't just leave it there. Now, it looks like they paid for the whole site, so, you know, no harm, no foul. But generally speaking, you can't really save a spot like that. You have to be occupying the site, but whatever. Okay, this site, this is site number 6. This actually has a little bit bigger space, and it's all level, so a little bit bigger RV. You could kind of get it in here. I think the people here last night had they were towing a truck or a little Jeep, got it in here and got it all fitted in just fine. So, you know, there are a couple sites that can get bigger vehicles in. And then there is one site up here that there was a full-on coach. One site. Okay, so if you have a big coach, big fifth-wheeler, you might be able to fit it in a couple spots, give it a shot. You'll certainly be able to make the loop, so you can certainly check. I wouldn't hesitate to bring a big one through the loop to see if there is available. There's another site that could accommodate a little bit bigger. Okay. This site here had a big coach in it last night. Really big coach. It doesn't look as big as you might think, but they were able to get their coach in here, you know, spend the night, bed down for the night, and then they're on their way this morning. So, you know, if you have a bigger vehicle, go ahead and swing through, see if there's a couple of the spots might be available. But anywhere else here, have yourself a backup plan. Okay. There's several sites down the road, or, you know, just to pull out along the road and, you know, spend the night, be on your way. Like I said, though, most people don't stay here more than a night. This is a transient spot, if you will. There's not a lot to do here. Now, if you're going down to the glacier, you know, they have some RV sites down there, some commercial sites that you can stay, as well as some just normal parking spots. So, you know, people will stay here maybe for a day or two to go, you know, hike the glacier. But generally speaking, this is not some place that you'll stop and stay for days. Okay, but that's not because it's not beautiful. It's just there's not a lot to do here. There's no lake, there's no river to go fishing in. Okay, I'm gonna walk down to the actual viewpoint and show you why you would stop here, maybe even just for the afternoon for a picnic. Okay, we just walked the RV side, the RV loop. Okay, now, like I said, it's pretty quick, right? But if you come over here to the day use side, you're gonna get a $1 million view of the glacier. Now, if you do want to go hike the glacier, you have to go way down in the bottom of this valley. And there's one outfit that is contracted to get up to the glacier. You'll go with them. They're not outrageously expensive, but it costs a dime or two. Okay, this fee area over here is $10 per vehicle. So if you're used to the 5, it's a little bit more expensive. Okay, and you'll put your day use fee here. But if you do decide you want to hike the glacier, it's very doable for a person in average health. But if you do have some walking problems, or you know, you have to walk about a mile, I guess, to get up to the glacier from the access point. You can't drive up to it. I guess they can during the winter. They'll take you on a snowmobile. But so if you can't go hike the glacier for whatever reason, you might just stop up here just to get a really good view of it. Okay, and you'll see flashes of it here as I walk up. Okay. And there's got little picnic tables here. All right, let me get around here. Now, I'm not sure how this camera's going to do it because it's way up in the sun. There's a bunch of families down there, so I don't want to go walking down there. But if you look out there, that is Matanuska Glacier. Let me get a zoom in on it here for you. There you go. So if you're wanting a good look at this glacier, maybe you're going to go hike it later in the day or the next day, or maybe you just don't have time, so this is as close as you're going to get. This viewpoint up here is just absolutely stunning. And then just the whole vista is just marvelous. And you see a bunch of businesses down there. Businesses or homes across the river. There's you can kind of see in the bottom of the river here. And again, I'm getting glare off the screen, so there's a river down in there in the bottom, the Matanuska River. But yeah, it's just absolutely gorgeous. And if you come down here, kind of a little nest back up in here, you can kind of have a little privacy. Sit down and just kind of watch the glacier be. Like I said, if you're not hiking the glacier, you don't have time, or maybe your knees just aren't what they used to be, so you just want to sit here and look. You can sit down here, right here, and you can just, like I said, just, good Lord, look at that. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay. And you go down to the day use. It has a little interpretive center down there, and you probably can see a little telescope that you can put a quarter in and take a look at it. I don't know if you can see in the video, but riding across the glacier, there's a plane. So if you're feeling a little bit more adventurous, you can actually hire a plane to give you an aerial tour of the glacier. I have not done that yet. I'd like to do it at some point. It's not cheap, but certainly worth it. But yeah, frankly, I could sit here all day. We went and hiked the glacier. We've hiked the glacier before. It hasn't been a couple months, I guess, but we've been up there, but we're not going down there today. But yeah, so this is the Alaska State Matanuska Glacier RV site. Very short little video, but it's a small little place. All right, I hope you enjoyed this little video. Like I said, it's short, it's a small place, not a lot to do, but what there is to do is absolutely magnificent. Not too many places in the world you can just kind of sit here and watch a glacier. That glacier is in retreat. The first time I was here was back in 2011. We came up and visited, and yeah, that glacier has retreated half a mile to a mile since then, so it's actually quite a bit further up there. Now this glacier is quite a bit, you know, when it makes that corner, if it keeps retreating, makes the corner, goes up into the mountains, it's not going anywhere anytime real soon. Might pull itself out of this valley. But if you have any desire to see this glacier, I'd see it sooner rather than later. It'll only get harder to go see. But yeah, here I am, early August, and I'm just going to sit here and soak in some Alaskan sun. Thank you much. I hope you liked this video. Please like it if you did. I'd love to see some pictures of if you've come down to see the glacier, so you can post those here if you'd like. And please consider subscribing to this channel if you like these videos. I'm watching that helicopter now go across the glacier, just giving people tours. So I hope you've had a wonderful summer. We are doing awesome. And again, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of these videos. Have a good day. I certainly am.